In other news, a court in Paris is hearing final arguments in a case that will determine if the French state should have given protection to the ANC struggle stalwart Dulcie September. September was assassinated in France on the 29th of March 1988. Her family says she had told the local police that her life was in danger and had asked for protection. She was later shot and killed outside the ANC's offices in Paris. September's family say they're happy the hearing is finally taking place and that it's a step in the right direction. They're calling on both the French and South African governments to work together to solve her murder. Michael Arendse is the nephew of Dulcie September. Michael, good day to you, and thank you very much indeed for your time. How important is this hearing for you and the family?
Hello, Stephen. Thank you for having us. Stephen, this is the first time in over 34 years that there is some movement. It's, as you mentioned in your intro, it is a step in the right direction, and we're hoping for a positive outcome. But of course, one is eventually hoping that there will be a full inquest, and then, depending on the findings of that inquest, will be court cases that flow from that.
It's obvious to us now that your aunt's life was in danger. We know that the apartheid state did assassinate people outside South Africa. What do you believe the French government had a duty to do?
Stephen, my understanding is that under French law, provision is made for the French state to provide protection to what is termed politically sensitive individuals. And she went to the Paris police twice, informed them that her life's in danger, and they didn't take it seriously.
We still don't know who killed her. And I mean, it seems, if you look at the context, I mean, the organization that benefited was the apartheid state. True,
Stephen. I would rather leave that to an inquest.
Sure.
We all have our theories, and we all have our ideas of what may have happened, what this could have been, and those are the reasons, etc., etc. Which is why we're keen to have an inquest.
No, I understand that. Yes.
You know, yeah.
It's probably the correct approach.
Yes.
If I remember that time, I wasn't politically aware during that time really, but if I remember the history of it, the French government and the South African government, the apartheid government, actually had quite close ties. They worked together on military projects, fighter jets, things like that. Could that maybe have been a factor why the police didn't provide protection, why they didn't actually listen to Dulcie September?
Stephen, you are correct. There were close ties between the apartheid government and France then. There are still close ties between the government today and France today, the French government today. Okay, we suspect that yes, there may have been that may have played a role. The interesting thing to remember as well is that Dulcie's my aunt's successor, Solly Smith, in the ANC Paris office, he received protection, and from what I understand, he even received a chauffeur.
Michael Arendse, very interesting. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate you telling your story and representing your family. Michael Arendse is the nephew of Dulcie September, who was killed in 1988.